Hey there everyone, it's Ravindra Devrani. I'm back with another video. In this video, we are going to talk about Angular lifecycle hooks. If you find this video helpful, then please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed this channel, then please hit that subscribe button. So what is lifecycle hooks in Angular? When a component is created, it goes through various phases from its life to death, and we can hook into those phases with the help of methods. Basically, hooks are some methods by which we can dive into some phases, like when a component is created and when a component is going to destroy it, and when something is getting changed in that component, like a change detector cycle is running in that component. So we can hook into those phases with the help of some methods. Those methods are going to be discussed in later part. So first of all, we will talk about some commonly used hooks, and these are some common methods that you are going to use most of the time in your Angular application. First one is ngOnInit, next one ngOnChange, another one is ngDoChange, and the last one is ngDestroy. So we will briefly talk about each of them, then we will move to the coding part and we will understand them more perfectly with the help of code. So first of all, what is ngOnInit? It is a method that is invoked when a component is initialized, and ngOnChanges is invoked when there is a change in the input property of that component. And ngDoChanges method is invoked when a change detector runs on that component, and change detector run automatically when an event is called. Suppose you have called a click event, then that change detector runs that time, and when an XHR request like fetch has made, and an asynchronous methods like set timeout or set interval has called, then change detector also going to be run, and this ngDoChanges method is going to be called. And ngDestroy, this one is called just before a component is going to destroy. We basically use it to unsubscribe the observable of that component. So let's talk about each of them in code. Now we will understand that how they are going to be work in the real code. So let's create a new project, and if you have an already one, then please do not create a new one. Save your time, use that existing one. Right now I don't have any existing project in this computer, so I am going to create a new one. So here ng new, let's name is lifecycle hooks, and it should be Angular lifecycle hooks. Okay, so I'm going to press enter, and it will ask some information from me. So yeah, like routing, yes, I need routing, maybe we will use it in future. Yeah, CSS, that's fine. And it is going to create a new project for us. Now project has created, and we will change the directory. So cd, and what was the name of project? Yeah, Angular lifecycle hooks. So yeah, fine. Now we will open this project in Visual Studio Code. So type code dot, and it will automatically open this project into Visual Studio Code editor. So I'm going to close this PowerShell because we do not need it now. Okay, so here is our project, and what I'm going to do, I am going to remove some inbuilt functionality of this project, like from here app.component.html. So here h2 hello world, that's it. So let's run this application and press Ctrl and tilde. That will open your terminal. You can also open it from here, file, and okay, from here view, where I can find the terminal. So let me see. Yeah, it is here, view terminal. Our shortcut is Windows and this backtick button. Okay, so right here ngSub, and it will open this application in browser. No, I don't want. So project has compiled. Now I'm going to open it here, localhost 4200, and it is saying hello world. So everything is fine. Now let's talk about first hook, which is this one, ngOnInit, and let's see when it is invoked. So I'm going to open this component.ts file, and we will write here ngOnInit. And it is not working because we have to inherit this. So we will write here implements ngOnInit, or let's see, component comma ngOn, or maybe it's like on init. Yes, and right here we will write on init. So we will write here void ngOnInit. Actually it is a wrong kind of implementation. ngOnInit, it will be void type. So that's it, how it is going to work. Okay, so just write here console.log I am from on init of app.component. So here let's open the console dot, not console dot, open the console. Okay, here you are seeing I am from on init of app.component. Now what we will do, we will create a child component. So right here I'm going to create another component. So let's name it ngGC. It means ng generate component. We will generate it inside components folder, and let's name it child. That's it, it will be child component. Okay, so it is going to be installed here inside this app folder, and it will create a new folder which will be called components. Here we have this child component. Now we do not need this file, so I'm going to delete it. No, not this one, this one. Okay, fine. Now here, okay, open this child component.html file, not css file, html file. Okay, it child works, so fine. And here we will also implement on init comma on init. Implements on init, and just right click, press control dot here, and let's see. Okay, from here let's see, we can implement it automatically or not. Okay, I guess we cannot implement it automatically, so just write here on ngOnInit. Okay, and right here console.log I am I am from inside child component on init. Okay, and here we will call this component here. So fine, let's see. Hello world, child works. I am from onInit of app component, and I am from inside the child component of onInit of onInit. Okay, so this one has completed. Now let's move here ngOnChanges, and it will be ngOnChanges. So this method is invoked when there is a change in input property. So let's see what it means. So we are going to move here, and let's pass input property from here. So let's name it, what should I name it? Message. Okay, and it will be hello, and we will create here at the rate input string, and it will be message. I guess it will be like input message equals to this thing, and what it is saying, cannot find input. So let's see, import from angular/core. Okay, so we have to write this line here, input from angular/core. Okay, so we will not here, and we are going to write this input message into our view. So we will open this view, and hello, sorry, we will use this message here. Let's see why it is giving error. Property hello does not exist on type app component. Yes, that is absolutely right, because we haven't declared anything like hello. So it will just a string hello, I am from hello my, let's see, hello zone. So that's it, and let's see. Okay, module build fail, something like that. Okay, I think we have a problem here. Okay, where is the problem? I guess it is here. Okay, where is our child component? Okay, here. Okay, so here is the problem. So I guess it's fine now. So we have passed this data from our parent controller to child controller. So let's define a method here in the child component. Okay, but we will use it here. First of all, we need to import it here. So on changes, that's it. Implement on changes, ngOnChanges. So just write here console.log change is detected in message property. So let's see here in console.log. So first of all, here the onInit of app component is invoked, then this change onChange method is invoked, then that onInit method is invoked. So if you have defined this method, then it is going to be called even before this method. So it will be called when there is a change is detected in this input property. So if you change this property dynamically, then it will automatically invoke this method. So now let's try to change this value. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a method change input change message. So first of all, let's define this message here. A string message equals to, by default it will be hello John, that's it, and it is not a string. Yeah, right, hello message, sorry, hello John, and we will pass it here, sorry, here we will pass this message here. So let's see, yeah, hello John. Now we will change this message from here to hello Max. Now let's call let's create a button here. Input type equals to button, click equals to, what was that method, change message, change message, that's it. Okay, so here there are three messages. I am from onInit of app component, change is detected in message property. I am from inside child component of ngOnInit. So let's click on this message. Now we have changed this input property, so we have a new message here, change is detected in message property. So let's see actually what we are getting here. So let's track this thing and let's open this. Okay, let's open here, let's open it here, and let's see what we are getting here in changes. So we are getting this object, and inside that object we have this message property, and here we have current value hello John, first change true, previous value was undefined. And let's click on this method, sorry, not method, button, and when we have clicked on this button, let's see what we are getting inside this object. So here we are getting previous value was hello zone and new value is hello max. So it is how the onChanges method works. Keep on mind, whenever a input property is changed, then this method is going to be invoked. That's it. Okay, so that was it. Now we will talk about ngDoChanges, and this method is invoked when there is a change in change detector. So when a change detector it runs, and this ngOnChanges method is going to be invoked. So let's see, let's define it and we will understand more clearly with example. That's it. Okay, so let's import this on do changes or do changes, sorry, do check. So that was a big mistake. It is ngDoCheck, not ngDoChanges. So that was a mistake, big mistake. Okay, by the way, we need to move forward, so leave it there. Okay, so here, right here, ng on do check, oh, sorry, do check, and it will be ngDoCheck. Console.log, and I am from ngDoCheck. So let's see when this method will invoked. So as we have discussed, it will be invoked on three conditions: when an event is called, when an XHR request is made, and when a synchronous method like set timeout or set interval will be called. So first of all, we will call an event, and we are doing it here. We are implementing that click event here. So let's see. Let's refresh this page. I am from this, I am from doCheck. I am from doCheck, I am from doCheck. So let's refresh it again. And this doCheck method is getting called 3 times. So it also get executed by default when change detector is checking the component. So it is invoking several time in this component. That is the default behavior of the change detector. So we will invoke this method by ourselves. So for that, I'm going to create another button, and let's name it click me. Just change this method to check, and we will create this method here. So let's copy it. That's it, and I'm not going to define anything here. So let's see. So when we click here, this method is invoked. It means it is invoking on an event fire, which we have described here. Now we will create an asynchronous method. So let's create an asynchronous method here. and I'm going to call it set interval set interval takes a callback function, and I guess it also takes time. Sorry, not here. I think it takes time here. Okay. So let's not log anything here, and let's see. First of all, it should be invoked by default in 2 seconds. So here, as you can see clearly, it is invoking in 2 seconds. So that was it. And when an HTTP request is created, like http.get post, this method will also get invoked. So let's move to the next one, and it is ngDestroy, and it is basically invoked just before a component is going to destroy. So we implement it like on destroy, and just type here destroy, on destroy, and just here ngOnDestroy console.log component on destroying, component is destroying. So component is not going to destroy in near future, so we cannot check it right now. So those were common Angular lifecycle hooks. So that was it for today. We will catch up later.